What if you spent a week in ancient Egypt? Not the shiny Hollywood version with echoing tomb chants and slow-motion sandstorms. I mean the real one. It is 1250 BC. The sun is not aesthetic. It is violent. It is 110 degrees in the shade, except there is no shade. The air tastes like copper and dust. Within 10 minutes, your lips are cracked, your throat feels like sandpaper, and you smell like a wet donkey that just lost a fight. You arrive in the capital at the height of its power, the royal city built by Ramesses II. Massive statues glare down at you. Obelisks stab into the sky. Soldiers with shaved heads and bronze-tipped spears patrol like they're allergic to mercy. You are standing there in a hoodie and sneakers, synthetic fabric, rubber soles, a walking glitch in the timeline. People stop, they stare. A woman drops her basket. A child starts crying. Someone whispers something that definitely translates to demon. You try to wave casually. That was a mistake. Now you are either a ghost or a very poorly dressed god. No dramatic British accents. No slow. No dramatic British accents. No slow, mysterious whispering. You are hungry, so you buy bread with the few coins someone mistakes as magical tokens. The bread is coarse. It is gritty. It contains enough sand to qualify as a construction material. Every bite grinds against your teeth like you are chewing a sidewalk. Welcome to Enamel Erosion Ancient Edition. Day 2 arrives without mercy. You need a job because apparently being mysterious sky entity does not pay well. You try explaining Wi-Fi, electricity, streaming. They stare at you the way you would stare at a raccoon explaining cryptocurrency. A supervisor eventually shoves a copper chisel into your hand and points toward a quarry. Congratulations, you now work for Ramesses II, the human embodiment of Build It Bigger. Limestone blocks surround you like a field of white mountains. Each one weighs more than your entire modern gym routine combined. With a sound you will not forget. With a sound you will not forget. If you drop a stone, you do not get written up. There is no HR seminar. There is no let's circle back. There is only public embarrassment and possibly backstripes. The Empire runs on intimidation and sandstone. You learn very quickly that ancient YOLO has consequences. By day 3, desperation turns into innovation. You still have your phone. Miraculously, the battery clings to life like it wants to witness history. At night, you pull it out and turn on the flashlight. The beam slices through darkness like controlled lightning. A nearby priest freezes. His eyes widen. Fire that obeys your thumb. That is not normal. Within hours, rumors spread that you are favored by Ra, Sun God, Lightbringer. You do not correct them, you lean in. Suddenly you are no longer hauling stone. You are advising, consulting, standing beside incense burners, pretending you understand sacred geometry. They smear heavy black coal around your eyes. It feels dramatic, but it is practical. The eyeliner cuts glare from the brutal sun and keeps infections away. Fashion meets survival. You are fed better food, less sand, more flavor. You begin to think you might actually finesse this century. Day 4, you are invited to a high society feast. Real elite energy. The room glows with oil lamps, reflecting off gold jewelry layered so thick it looks competitive. Servants bring platters of roasted crane, figs, dates, and beer, so dense it pours like soup. It is less beverage and more fermented oatmeal with ambition. The elite wear cones of scented fat on their heads. Slowly, as the evening heats up, the cones melt. Fragrance drips down their wigs and onto their shoulders. It is somehow both disgusting and incredibly prestigious. You smile through it. Blend in. Do not look confused. Intentional. They track the stars. Intentional. They track the stars. They measure floods. They build structures that will outlive every skyscraper you have ever seen. And you are one bad lie away from being unwrapped like a cautionary tale. Day 5 shifts the tone. Word reaches the pharaoh that you see beyond time. You are summoned. The palace corridors are cool, shaded by columns carved with stories of conquest. Ramesses sits elevated, calm, radiating the kind of confidence only absolute power can produce. He asks about the future, his future, You hesitate. Then you talk about empires rising and falling, about invaders, about civilizations forgetting why they were strong. You mention something called plastic, a material that will outlive kingdoms and choke oceans. His expression tightens. Advisors murmur. The air changes temperature without moving. He thinks you are mocking him, suggesting decline, suggesting weakness. In a society built on eternal legacy, that is not comedy. That is insult. The title honored guest evaporates. State asset becomes state liability in under an hour. By day 6, you are escorted to a tomb construction site, not as a consultant, as supervision material. You watch artisans inlay gold into wooden shrines with microscopic precision. Jewelers embed lapis lazuli and carnelian into amulets shaped like scarabs, symbols of rebirth and protection. The wealth being prepared for one dead ruler could fund entire modern cities. You see it clearly now. History is not poor. It is selective. It buried its riches. You notice a small golden beetle resting on a tray, perfectly shaped, palm-sized, worth unimaginable money in your century. One pocket move and you are a billionaire if you ever get home. But guards stand at every entrance. They do not blink. They do not joke. They do not negotiate with destiny. Day 7 arrives like a verdict. You are found too close to the inner chamber. Maybe curiosity, maybe suspicion, maybe someone never trusted you. The high priest confronts you in torchlight. His voice is calm, which is worse than angry. He offers a choice. Use your divine foresight to eliminate a political rival threatening the throne, a quiet poisoning, a whisper of fate guided by your supposed magic. Secure the pharaoh's future, secure your survival, or refuse and be mummified alive, wrapped layer by layer in linen while your lungs still fight for air, preserved beautifully, eternally, a holy lesson sealed in gold. You understand the weight instantly, become an ancient assassin, altering history to save your skin, or accept a slow ceremonial death to keep your conscience intact, knowing no one in your time will ever know you chose integrity. There are no good options, only consequences, and that is the point. Dilemmo lets your choices speak for themselves. It drops you into impossible scenarios where survival, morality, ambition, and fear collide. No right answers, no safe middle ground, just you, the pressure, and the decision. So what do? Do you poison the rival and walk free beneath the desert sun? Or do you accept the linen, the darkness, and a golden death just to keep your soul clean? Your moral fingerprint is waiting.